alive now, and there is indeed a sickness within most of us.
Hey guys, Crumbs here. Today we're going to talk about a small game called Mother Hub. I want to preface this by saying I'm not exaggerating when I tell you this is the indiest of indie games. This is a game that took the dev 10 entire years to make as a solo gaming dev. Now, if you get to the end and you see the links of the credit, you may be a little conflicted by that statement, thinking, okay, well there's so many names here, so what do you mean this was only a solo dev? That being said, while reading some reviews on Steam, I came across a dev response stating that he gave credit no matter how small the contribution, whether it be fan art, random logos that made it into the game, or anything else that was contributed. So that being said, this is one dev's baby, and while yes, I will agree with you, it's janky as fuck, I am not here to put down this game in a spirit of unfairness. I would like anyone who watches this video or plays the game to realize that this is a first attempt at a video game, and it's quite forgivable if it's not perfect when you consider the learning curve involved in mastering such a technically challenging creative endeavor. So please cut the game devs some slack and show it some love if you are so inclined to do so. That being said, yes, you can definitely tell that this is a first-time creation. The Steam page guesstimates the game to be around 2 hours. I personally beat it in less than an hour and a half, going at a pretty casual pace. The loading screen likes to tell you things like, search for ammo if you're running out, but I promise you, bro, if you're running out of ammo in this game, that's entirely a you problem. I'm not a nostalgia hog, as I came into gaming a little bit more than a decade ago, so a lot of the things that people hold a lot of nostalgia for from their childhood or even their teenage years, I don't really have that, but I can still feel the early 2000s vibe as soon as I booted up the game. A couple years ago, actually, when the Dead Space remake came out, I was so in love with that game that I went back and I replayed not the first one, but the second and the third. And Dead Space 2 kind of feels the same atmospherically. Everything's kind of dark and claustrophobic and dilapidated and derelict. So on a superficial level, it's sort of a everything soup of Doom, Dead Space, and kind of even a little bit of retro Fallout, if you're considering the humor. So you play as Thea. It's a super simple story. You live in a derelict, rusted out vault. Your mom has contracted a strange virus that's spreading out throughout the entire population, and you, because you're the main character, set out to find a cure. Now, of course, this means delving into the most dangerous part of the vault and discovering an old-ass mystery. But it's all good because you have 5 weapon slots, and that means... Wait, what the fuck does that mean? So, you would think 5 weapon slots means a variance of possibly unique weapons. Unfortunately, the variance is only skin deep. You start out with a pipe, progress to a pistol, and from the pistol you find a revolver. And picking up the revolver, you might think, oh shit, it's go time, motherfuckers, I have a revolver. But it turns out the revolver is exactly as powerful as the pistol. Not more powerful, the same powerful. And then later you pick up an SMG, but unsurprisingly, there's a trend, and its attraction is its spray power, not the DPS. And then towards the end of the game, I was also picking up random shotgun ammo, but never found the shotgun. I absolutely could have overlooked it in some side passage, but I suspect the game could have also bugged, as I notice I'm not the only one who experienced that issue. So either it bugged, or it's not put in a location that's obvious enough for, you know, amoeba brain people like me to find. That being said, despite the lack of difference in damage per gun, the gunplay does actually feel nice. It's not fantastic, but it's okay. That being said, I'm going to mention that I found out about this game randomly on Reddit about a year ago. At regular price, it's $10 USD, but right now it's $8 on Steam for the summer sale. What I expected for that $8 was very minimal, like 3 pixels on an empty plate kind of effort. But I found the gunplay to be mostly non-offensive and was very surprised by how much of this game is actually voice acted. You come across quite a few dialogues later in the game. Actually, most of this game you are learning about the world through reading or listening to things that are being read. And with the amount of voice acting that's done, you might start to suspect that the work was done by AI voice actors, but it's not. It's actual people. You can tell by the quality of the voice acting. In fact, some of the actors kind of over-committed just a little bit. The drama was kind of high, but we dig it. It's a vibe. So, anyway, you fart around the world of Soma, Mother Hub, and, pick up ammo and health drops and pew-pewing the odd creature that comes skittering your way. As far as personal skill level, I'm not a world-class player, but nor am I a journalist at Kotaku, so I would say I'm okay. I exist happily in the land of normal difficulty, but with this game, at no time did I feel like I was in danger of dying. During any encounter, including the bosses, I was just like, okay, we're here, we're shooting. If we run out of ammo, I'm just gonna beat the shit out of them with this pipe. I did die once, but it's because I went AFK to walk my dog, and when I came back, my character was crumpled like a box of wet tissues. So, something happened. We don't know what, but something happened. As far as level design is concerned, I'd say it's okay. It's not, like Cry of Fear levels of bad, but you can tell that a lot of the assets were regenerated, but tastefully used and executed. It's small enough that you're not likely to get lost, and the lack of a map is not going to hinder you. You mostly interact with the world by blasting zombie aliens into goo and snooping into old computer files. You find black box recordings. Yes, think Soma. These boxes are in their heads, and they record the last 60 seconds of life. Thea also doom scrolls through every email thread that she encounters, and most of those emails are between the hub's staff, and that begins to piece the story together. She also picks up random bits of info from computers that are scattered around as well. In addition to that, almost every interaction allows Thea to unlock a memory. These memories are essentially core moments of self-discovery. Think mysterious unknown past and are we really who we think we are? Dun dun dun! Okay, moving on. Aside from the aforementioned shooting and reading shit, maybe you stock a couple of boxes or smack a couple of grates with your, cute little pipe. But aside from that, it's a really simple game. There are no other game mechanics that you need to concern yourself with. The levels are short. I actually left every level wondering if I had missed something because I felt like I was moving through the game too quickly. This also caused some confusion with the story for me. It kind of doesn't fully make sense. Now, I definitely could have simply missed a log that added important context or closure, but I don't think so. This felt like a fairly ambitious story to tie up in -2 hours. My understanding is that Mother Hub actually started off as a book and was graduated to a video game, and that makes total sense. The story feels bigger than what it actually is in the game. Like there was additional complex storylines and themes, but it just somehow misses the mark. You don't quite manage to reach immersion or even fully really care about your vehicle character, which is Thea. I would say the linearity of the game is dependent on mood. Now, I just came off of playthroughs of Mass Effect and Tainted Grail, so I actually somewhat enjoyed the simplicity, even if it kind of falls short at some points. towards the end, it just kind of feels like the dev threw up their hands and said, fuck it, good enough. The ending circles around pretty quickly, and you realize the crazy dude that was on the TV at the beginning of the game is actually the president. Some foreshadowing, real life here, kind of uncomfy. Not gonna lie. But the president, the crazy ass president, Space Trump, hits you with a plot twist, and I will not tell you what that is, just to remain spoiler free in case you want to play this game. He also gives you a choice, which is to join him as his VP, or you can go fuck yourself and the cure for your mom. Now, deep down, I'm a villain, so I joined Space Trump and got the ending titled Ending 1. Now, I would say that probably implies that there's an ending 2, possibly 3, but I don't think I'll be going back to experience that for myself. So, final verdict, all in all, better than I expected, but my expectations literally could not have been lower, so do with that what you will. Like all things in life, I think it's kind of about your perspective going into the thing. I mean, it's $8 on Steam right now, so if you have a free afternoon and want some brainless pew pew, this game could definitely be for you. Oh, and just a last minute add-on, interestingly, the dev is currently working on a game called Exhale, and the Steam description reads, "Hold your breath to survive in real life, but don't be too loud. The monster can hear your microphone. He's created to be one of the most advanced AIs ever made, so not only will he be hunting you, he will toy with you." Okay, I'm being dramatic, but I actually think that I saw an article about this. So, I mean, it's essentially just picking up your breath from the mic and then triggering the AI monster, I guess. It's kind of like if you guys have played Until Dawn with a controller, specifically a PS5, PS4 controller. If you move at all during certain sequences, it triggers the monster to attack you, so I'm assuming it's kind of the same with the mic for Exhale. I actually think I saw an article about it, possibly, but that could just be a false memory, I don't know. It's not quite my thing, but I could see some streamer mouth breathing this into the mainstream. Steam also says planned releases in 2026, and actually playtests are open now. So if you like games that are not finished and torturing yourself, then you can go sign up for that playtest on Steam. So that is it for this one, guys. Thank you for stopping by, and don't forget to toss a coin to your Witcher on the way to the bar. Have a great night wherever you are.